back to my channel. Yesterday's Wednesday, and let's start great. Just then we'll get to everything else. But hello, my name is Daniel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'll be your host here.
Guy in the chair.
And today, since it's Wednesday, we'll go with spooky animation. And it was funny. It's just the story of something attacked me at my home. So enjoy. So enjoy.
One night, while I was asleep, a sticky liquid suddenly dripped on my face. I woke up, sat up, but to my surprise, there was nothing. Confused, I felt a warm breeze on my face as if someone was breathing on me, right in front of me. There was a tremendous stench, but clearly there was nothing or no one there. Then suddenly, something pounded my chest like a hammer. I fell back with intense pain. I clutched my chest. I couldn't breathe. All I could hear was the strange sound of laughter. I fell out of bed and rolled under the bed in great pain. A loud bang hit the floor next to me. A huge dent was left in the floor. I felt I was going to die if I stayed under there. So I rolled out, stood up, and started swinging my fists at whatever was in front of me. As I punched, my fist was clutched out of nowhere to a stop position, as if I hit an invisible wall. I heard screams, and then the sound of footsteps running out of the room. A loud banging of the front door of the house was happening, with the opening and closing bang of the door. I ran immediately to try to lock it, but the door handle was broken. Slowly, I realized that the foul-smelling liquid was leaking from the walls all over the house. I started screaming at the top of my lungs. I took my phone and called the police. The police arrived moments later and began investigating the liquid from the walls, but could not determine what it was. They also examined the dent in the floor of my room. It was strangely shaped like a large hand with 7 fingers. The police left. All sorts of questions unanswered. I was alone again, clearly in agony. This went on all night. The next day, I went to the hospital. The doctor looked me over and asked if I had been in a car accident. He said my body seemed like it had been through some kind of dramatic trauma, that I was recovering from shock. He told me I needed to rest for a while, and I was to stay in the hospital for a day or so. The confusion made me doubt everything, as if I was in delirium. A couple of days later, I was released. When I got home, I was greeted by my next-door neighbor, Jeremy. We spoke, and he started to tell me that he had heard some kind of voice, as if it was a monster or something. He asked me if I also heard such a voice. I replied no. He told me he had an ominous feeling that something unexplainable was going to happen. I thought he would never believe me if I told him what happened just days before, so I just kept my mouth shut. When I returned home, I was more scared than ever before. A few days later, while I was asleep, I once again felt that warm breath on my face. I swung my fist. I heard a strange screaming sound. Blood splattered across the room. I was now clearly seeing blood appear out of thin air like a waterfall cascading to the floor. I quickly ran out of the room and called the police. When the police arrived, there were blood stains all over the room. The color of the blood was orange. There were footprints in the blood stains. Those footprints were odd. Giant feet with 2 long toes. The police were baffled, and although they collected blood from the scene and tested it, they could not determine what the hell this thing was. From that day on, I often heard the turning of doorknobs. I would often grab the kitchen knife in fear. When going to investigate outside, looking through the windows, I could see breathy fog left on the panes of glass. Not to mention the never-ending strange sounds of laughter. I couldn't stand it anymore and moved. After I moved out, Jeremy caught up with me, and he updated me about my old house. A man in his 30s named Petros moved in. He would be seen running around the house at night, swinging a baseball bat at the air. At first, they thought he was crazy. One day, Petros was heard screaming so loud that Jeremy said he would hear the screams, and then in between the screams, loud bangs. One night, it was so bad they called an ambulance in fear. Petros was found clutching his chest. He was rushed to the hospital, where he died, they say, of a heart attack. The doctor said Petros' chest was caved in and the rib cage was smashed full of broken bones. When the police searched, it was the same routine. The front doorknob was broken. Sticky liquid was found all over. In the end, the case was closed, marked as unsolved. Jeremy told me that there was no one living there now, and the house remains empty. I couldn't sleep for days after hearing Jeremy's report. I think I know what happened to Petros. Only those who had experienced it could understand that fear. Scarier is not knowing what that thing in that house was. No one knows what it looks like, and no one could know what it wanted. I myself believe I know nothing. Maybe no one will ever know.
Creepy shit there. Hey guys, I don't know, but that seemed pretty creepy. Invincible ghost or whatever it was. I had to move it the first time. He kept going back, and then, after you hit it and you felt it, it'd be time to go. Yeah, I don't play around with spirits or demons. That's just nuts. And I hope you don't either, but hey, if you like what you saw, please don't forget to like it, comment down below, and finally, subscribe. Hit the notifications bell to be notified every time I post a new video and share. Bye!